Out here with the birds this morning. This is a 40-foot gooseneck, and we are building the biggest honkin' tiny house I have ever seen. So, picked up my subfloor, the Advantech 1 1/8 inch flooring. That's huge, considering your standard 3/4 is about right there. So, yep, great stuff. Got 15 pieces of that. They weigh about 125 pounds a sheet, and I got all my lovely foam. It's a mixture of 3/4 and 1 inch pieces. Those are the 1 inch pieces. And then I'm just cutting them to 14.5 inches, or a little bit over that, so they kind of smush in down here for my foundation. And we'll probably put about 1.5 inches down here. In Texas, the climate really doesn't get too cold in the winter, so this is a nice wind and thermal block. And then there'll be a little bit of an airspace between that and the subfloor. And so we're gonna put down, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna put down these panels, the insulation. Then we're gonna spray foam around inside the border, all along the edge, and then stick another panel on top, kind of sandwiching it in place. And then the spray foam will kind of just seal all the edges. So that's the plan. Gonna be doing that along all of this. So yep, ready to get going. On top of the deck, putting down the polystyrene foam. It's pretty easy. All I'm doing to get a nice uniform layer across here, because this is just going on the runners, is I'm just using a 2x2 stick. 2x4 would work as well. I'm just putting it in and lowering one corner in first, and then just walking on it and just stepping down, and then it's nice and flat across there, and then I just go to the next one and do the same. So yeah, one corner goes in first, and then step on the opposite side. But I cut these a little bit wider than 14.5 inches, just so that they'd stick a little bit better and close off the gap. You can see there's no gap in between there, so just a little bit more air tightness. Just don't cut it too much wider, or else you're not going to be able to fit your panels down in there. David and I are out here putting the foam down, and so what we're doing is we are putting down one layer with the foil facing down, and then we are coming back and we're spraying with great stuff, whatever kind of foam you want, I guess, just along the edges, and then putting down another piece face up, so the foil is up, and just piecing together and smushing it down, and then moving on. Got the foam down and spray foam down on it. Just one thing to mention is that when you put the foam down and then put the spray the big stuff, or the great stuff, into it, and then put the other foam down on top of it, it's gonna push out the bottom a little bit. So after you have put that all down, come back after like 3-5 minutes and push up from the bottom, especially along the edges. There wasn't any bulging happening where there were the wood runners, but along the edges especially. And then up here we're putting some braces in between the 2x4s so that there's no rotation of the 2x4. I didn't think there was going to be, but it is recommended. We're just laying them in flat like this. Like I said, I don't think there's going to be a problem with rotation. But yeah, just to make sure that everything stays the right way. So yeah, David is hammering them all into place, and we're just putting them a little bit below what would be flush, because they're not actually supporting the subfloor. They're just keeping all the beams from moving. So yeah, about 45 pieces of 14.5 inch. And then coming back with the nail gun and shooting them into place. So we have gotten the Advantech flooring down on one part. We just have it overhanging here, and we're just going to cut it off with a circular saw. It's about 18 inches overhang. and then we'll have a full width piece here, and then another 32 inches. We didn't want to start with a full course piece of 48 inches and then do another 48 inches and then have, I think it would have been like 16 inches just overhanging the edge. That just didn't seem like that would be structurally as good as doing 32 inches, 48 inches, 32 inches. So yeah, there's going to be waste doing it that way, but this is the foundation and you really don't want to take any chances with it. So this Advantech is pretty amazing. You can see the thickness of it. It's almost as thick as a 2x4. It's 1 1/8 Advantech, and like I said, this is overhanging the edge of the 2x4 right here by 18 inches, and yet when I stand on this edge, it doesn't even go down. You can see I'm standing on the edge and it's not even moving. You can see, whoop, you can see that's how far it's overhanging the edge, and even with my weight up here, this stuff doesn't budge. Also wanted to give a little demonstration, because wood likes to suck up water. That's what wood does. That's what it was made to do. But when you pour this water on here, if you can see that, it just all beads up. It's not even being absorbed. This is amazing. So anyways, this stuff is good flooring. They've got a lifetime warranty with it. As long as you adhere it down and glue it. I think if the whole trailer were to fall apart, this stuff would still be standing. So yeah, this is 1 1/8, so it is thicker than the 3/4 or the 23/32, but it's worth it. I think these were $40 a piece for this.